Hey guys, it's Kimora Davis.
And it's Sterling Atkins Dutro. Welcome back to another episode of our Handle with Care podcast.
And today we are here with Clea White.
Nice to meet you. What school are you at?
I'm currently at CT Vivian, formerly known as Thomas Jefferson Middle School.
What motivates you to go above and beyond for students?
My mother, she always taught us to go above and beyond for others. We were raised in church. I believe that God is the foundation and showing love to everybody because you just don't know what they're going through. There's always somebody else that's worse off than you. So,
can you recall a time that you provided a support for student?
There's been several times. I work in the cafeteria and just seeing a child sitting there with tears or sometimes sitting by themselves, I'll go over and interact with them, talk with them, see how their day is going. You just never know what a kid is going through. You just feel with them being younger, they don't have any issues. They don't have any bills to pay. They have no worries, but they go through as well. Some of them face not having a home to go to, not having anything to eat. There's a lot that they go through that they don't speak up about.
I'm glad you brought that up because I feel like that's too often assumed that kids don't have anything going on just because they don't have to pay bills. So I'm glad you touched on that because mental health is a real thing.
Yes, it is.
Do you have any strategies to support students?
Just reaching them where they are. I don't know, just being reminded of being a kid and not always knowing. I just felt that sometimes God put it on my heart. Sometimes I don't even know what a kid is dealing with, and just something back in my mind just say, go sit with them, go talk to them. Last night I got into it with my brother, or I got in trouble, I'm not having a good day, or my friend says she doesn't want to be friends with me anymore, and just sitting there and talking with them and letting them know you always have somebody in your corner. Just be a leader.
What are some things you recognize that kids are struggling with?
There's a lot of homelessness. There's a lot of kids that doesn't have the two-parent household, the support at home. You can have a two-parent household and still not feel heard, or the hunger, being hungry, not knowing where their next meal is coming. And sometimes the school meal is the only meal that they'll receive for that day, and just trying to fit in with all the peers and everything.
How do you think administration enables you to support your students?
We're able to sit down and talk with them. I feel that they should have a little more outlets, more people to talk to come in schools. There was time like when I wanted to be a class clown or something, they give a call home to mom or whatever. Mom don't play. Mom will show up at the school, sit in the classroom. And I don't see that as much. You don't have a lot of parents that do come in and check on the kids and see how they're doing in the classroom. I think it need to be a lot more parent involvement.
I noticed that a little bit on and off in middle school, but I've never seen it in high school.
Yeah.
So.
My mom did it, and I straightened up.
I believe it starts at home. It starts at home. Showing respect to your peers, no matter where you are, it starts at home.
Is there a specific teacher or support staff that made an impact on you?
There's several. I grew up on the south end of Peoria, and I attended Manual High School. There was a lot of teachers, too many to name, but one in particular, Coach Kenny. He was always there listening. I had a two-parent home, but sometimes your parents get on your nerves, so you want to have an outlet to talk to somebody else. And looking back now that I have children of my own, it was only to, help me. It wasn't really getting on my nerves. It was just being there, being that ear, and helping me, push me to excel in school.
Exactly.
So Coach Kenny.
I feel like even if people don't realize that someone like Coach Kenny is like pushing you so hard, maybe they don't realize in the moment how much it's helping them, but in the long run, they definitely will.
Who was your biggest supporter when you were a kid?
My mom. My mom was always there, yes. She didn't play.
Speaking of kid, what advice would you give to your younger self?
It's okay to be different. You don't have to always fit in. Be a leader. You're not going to always have friends in your corner, and, and your integrity is what you do when no one is looking. So always keep that integrity. Be humble at all times. God is my foundation, so having that foundation to build upon.
How do you cope with the stress that may come along with your job, if any?
I tell my coworkers all the time, they wouldn't know if I was having a bad day. I'm the type of person that I try to see good in everything, just push through everything. There is no bad day because there is always somebody else that's worse off. You're a day above ground and you're breathing.
What advice would you give to a new school personnel?
Don't bring your at-home problems to work. Just come in, do your job, interact with the kids. Always keep a smile. You don't know what this kid is going through that day, and your smile may be the only smile that kid sees that day.
It's that good morning. It always starts
Yeah.
off the day right.
I say good morning to every student that comes in on my side when they receive their breakfast. It's just starting the day off good.
What qualities do you think are important, or what qualities when supporting students that you think is crucial for everyone to have?
I always wear that smile. I'm always happy. I just love to interact with kids. I have 3 boys of my own. So it's like, I don't know, just reaching them where they are. I just love kids.
How does your school help you stay updated on how to support students?
Everyone have their own personal way because we have a couple that, the way they react to kids, I would never react that way. I try to show love in every situation. Although I do discipline, but I also love them at the same time. You can be firm and still love on them.
Have you ever seen like another support staff helping someone and then you realize, oh, maybe I want to try that strategy or something?
Yes, I do see that sometimes. A couple of the pulling the kid to the side or whatever. And sometimes all a kid needs is just an adult to listen, that ear. Sometimes they just want to express themselves. But some of them just need that hug. Some kids will just run up to you, just give you a hug for no reason, catch you off guard, and you just don't know how that hug will, change their day or, change their attitude that day.
Exactly. What advice do you want to leave with the audience?
God is love. Show love in all circumstances. This world needs more love. Never judge a person by how they look because you never know what that person is going through. And just be you. Just be that person that shows love to others.
This world does need more love.
Way more.
Well, thank you so much for being on here.
Thank
It
you.
is super valued.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Handle with Care podcast. We hope this episode gave you a better understanding of what students and staff may be going through and ways to support them. Remember, you never know what the person next to you is going through. If this episode resonated with you and you need resources but are not quite sure where to find them, they are located on the same page as the podcast.